Hello everyone, welcome to another week in our garden. It's a beautiful sunny day, the birds are singing, but unfortunately it's been raining all week and the soil is absolutely wet through, so we won't be doing any actual garden work today, but I have been doing a lot of preparation, so I'll show you what I've been up to. Now, while we're not using these frames, I've popped the tops back on and I'm using them as a holding area for the plants as the soil dries out, and then we'll get these straight in. As you can see, everything's coming on well, but it's just too wet to walk on. A few bits in this side as well. You see the onions are coming on well. This bit of sun will bring them on now. I've dropped the strawberry plants in here, we'll whip those in as soon as we can. Right. In the second frame, if you remember, we popped some radish in. Well, obviously all this wet, the radish will soon come up. The other thing what you ought to see is, while we're here, is because this soil was that old turf soil that we'd put in the box and made the loam out of, it came from somebody's lawn. So as you can imagine, it'll be absolutely full of weeds. So although it's good soil, we're going to have a lot of weeds in it, and it's coming right because it's weeding up now, so I'll have to keep weeding it until we get them clean. Okay, these are the few radish that have come up. I should continuously set them every 2 weeks now for the season. To weed that is actually germinating in this loam, so there's going to be quite a weeding job to do. Tunnels for the brassicas, I still haven't been able to put the covers on because I just can't walk on the soil down the side. I'll just sink. That will be, as soon as it dries out a little bit, that'll be the first job we'll do, and then we can get these plants in the waiting bay here into the garden. The other thing is, somebody's asked me how I built the fruit cage, so I'll just stop on the way up and show you how we did it. We're at the fruit cage. As you can see, all the fruit bushes are coming into leaf now. On the currant bushes, keep an eye out for big buds. That means it's got a mite inside. If you see one, you'll know it, because they do swell up quite a bit. If they do, take it off and destroy it. The red currant bushes, they're showing well now. The strawberry bed there is beginning to come to life now. I shall have to put some fertiliser. I've just put a general fertiliser on those this year. Raspberry canes, they're coming up well. Again, there's a few a bit slow to show, but I think they're all there. Now these are the old canes, the old raspberry canes. I shall have to put something on these to support them this year. They got a bit of a mess last year. They went all over the place. Now, to construct the cage for the net, I bought these lengths of timber. They're just from the DIY store, and they're all in this. I used the length that came in, and I gave them 2 coats of wood preserver. The end that's in the ground, most are in the ground a good 18 inch to 2 foot. Gave several coats of wood preserver and let them dry, and then I put them in the ground. And I just put little more pieces of timber and screwed it all together. The idea was, screw it, if it's all screwed together, if this one breaks, I can just take that one out and replace it, you see. The idea was to put these on all the joints, but then what I found was it doesn't really need it. Now you can actually buy kits made out of tubing that you can quite easily construct your cage with. The trouble is they do come rather expensive, but then again they will last a long time. We've had this in the ground now for 4 years and it's quite sturdy and easily replaceable. Because we're on a hill, I kept the top level, so it's lower at this end than that end. It stands out all year, sunshine and snow. and I have no problem with it. We do take the net off and store the net through the winter, obviously, but it's good. And it's, if you go round, make sure you've got nothing sticking out that will catch on the net when you put it on. It's fine. I was just looking, the blueberries are coming into leaf nicely now. Now that's how I constructed the frame, and it works for us. It's useful. As you can see, it's quite an area. Being that we can't get on the garden this week, we'll go up to the greenhouse and we'll set some peas and some beans in some of those root trainers. It's a wonderful day. To think that we've had all this rain. It's amazing. Now let's put some peas and some beans in. I'm putting in 2 different varieties of climbing bean and 1 climbing pea. Now I'm going to plant them into root trainers. Now this is one of the root training units that Gardening Naturally sent us to try. It comes with its own, just pull one out. It comes with its own holder, which is excellent, and it has a top. But the top also doubles up as a waterer for the bottom. And then when you've watered it, obviously you empty that out, and then that will go over the top. Quite useful. Just show you one then. And the books are quite sturdy. Quite pleased with those. They seem to hold together all right. And as I say, they fit snugly into that carrier. So what shall we do? Let's put the climbing bean into these. All I'm going to do, I haven't quite filled the root trainers up. I should drop 2 peas in each cell and then top up. The other thing to remember is beans like to germinate at around 15 degrees Celsius. So if we're going to get some cold nights, put some fleece on them, keep them a little bit warmer. There's the seed, black seed. Just have a look through them. If there's any like that one that we don't want, that we'll reject that one. Yes, and that one rejected itself. That one doesn't look the best of beans. We'll not have that one. We'll fetch that one back that tried to escape. Just 2 into each. I'll just do 1 row with you and then we'll set the lot. You can pre-soak them if you want. Not really necessary. I just dropped one somewhere. No, I didn't. 2 in each. There you go. So I'll finish this and then we'll show you it done. Right, I've popped 2 seeds in each. Now I'm just going to top them up. I would just fill those up. The compost, just ordinary potting compost. This bit bitty, but it won't. I haven't screened it just for the beans. They'll find their way through. And I'm not pressing it down too much on top. Just enough to fill those cells. Then just push it level. A bit more in that one, obviously. There you go. Just clean round. Right, so what I will do now, put the label in. There you go. And I shall use this tray that they supplied with it. And I'll put that in there in some water. So we'll pop a drop of water in and then we'll pop that in and let them soak right through. Now water we've used is water that I keep in the greenhouse. I always keep my cans full so they warm up a little bit. It's not too much of a shock. And then we just pop that in and let that soak. And these are the peas. Now these are not wrinkly peas. These are what you call round peas. Very, very good for freezing and preserving. I'm going to put 3 in each one of these. Just try and spread them about if you can. It doesn't always work. There's such a lot of them. Right, I'll finish this tray off and then I'll show you. Now that's the peas in, 3 to a cell. I won't fill them up until I've filled this side up. We'll do exactly the same as what we've done with the beans. Now both these beans and peas are climbing. I'm going to have to construct something for them to climb up. They'll climb to about 6 feet. So, and we'll have to keep the pigeons off them. So that'll be another job once doing down there, ready for when these germinate and get ready for putting out. Now that'll be about it for this week. A little bit shorter this week with the bad weather. So just to say thank you for all those kind people who have subscribed to us. Many, many thanks for watching, and hopefully we'll see you next week in the sunshine. Okay, bye now.